More people are coming out talking about he scammed them. This is so embarrassing. This is exactly what I mean when I say do not ever settle in life. I don't care how old you are. First of all, she looks amazing. She does not have to settle. No matter where you are in life, do not settle.
So all the victims, the lady that's on disability with 30,000, you don't care about these people?
Christian doesn't even know who that woman is.
Oh, girl, I get it, that's your man or whatever, but sometimes a mother bring you down. He stole this woman's money. Should he be trading as a felon?
Yeah, he can.
Who told you this? And because I'm not making this up.
Okay.
You're too smart for this.
On January 12, 2026, a court ruled that Christian Gold must pay $367,625 to people he allegedly scammed. The shocking part is that he has now disappeared, and no one seems to know where he is. Meanwhile, Jennifer Williams has been posting religious messages online, trying to stay positive. Many people find the situation confusing because she had been publicly defending him, even as serious accusations were building. Reports claim he was running a scheme while using his connection to her for credibility, which makes the entire situation even more troubling.
I feel bad for Jennifer, but I will say she is a magnet for being scammed. She just had an entire documentary about getting scammed from some other guy, and I don't know, there's just something about Jennifer that she just doesn't have street smarts like that.
If you've been watching Basketball Wives, you already know that Jennifer Williams hasn't had the best luck when it comes to relationships. Time after time, she ends up with men who later turn out to be serious problems. Each situation seems worse than the last, and now Christian Gold is being called the most troubling one yet. It almost feels like a pattern, where she keeps trusting the wrong people and standing by them until everything falls apart in a very public way.
There is a lifetime membership fee, $1,500. He does all the trading. When I said the fee, they told me to go to Cash App and buy Bitcoin. I don't know what Bitcoin is. And why did I pay you $1,500 if I have to buy it? So I called to ask questions. I never got another response. But I want my $1,500 back. We're watching you flaunt your cars, your beautiful diamond rings, this Rolex in front of us. And we were robbed.
When Jennifer Williams and Christian Gold first made their relationship public and got engaged, he presented himself as a wealthy investor who understood money and business. He often talked about his success, showed off expensive gifts, and lived a lifestyle that looked very luxurious. To many people, it seemed like he had everything under control. Being connected to a well-known reality TV star also helped boost his image, making him appear more trustworthy. This attention gave him a sense of credibility, and it seems he used that public image to his advantage.
The thing about Jennifer, she continues to repeat the cycle. God continues to send you the same person over and over again, and until you learn whatever that lesson is supposed to be, you know? And she wants to be married, and she wants to have a relationship so bad, no matter at what cost. She wanted to marry Tim, you know, and no matter what, I want to be a wife, you know, and she's willing to take just the title without really having in your life a great person.
He began presenting himself as a highly successful businessman who could help people grow their money quickly. Because he was seen alongside Jennifer Williams on television, many believed his claims. They saw the luxury lifestyle, the designer clothes, and the confidence he carried, which made everything seem real and trustworthy. This image, along with the way he spoke to people one-on-one, convinced many individuals to invest their savings with him. However, once the money was sent, things reportedly changed. The person they trusted seemed to disappear, and communication became difficult. What he had described as smart investing turned out to be something very different. There were claims that no real trading or business activity was actually happening. Instead, it appeared that he was simply collecting money from people and using it for his own lifestyle, while giving the impression that everything was legitimate.
So in March, my husband and I looked at each other and we said, something don't sound right. Because if he's got all this money, and I'm going to tell you, our project accounts at this time, I think they were all running, and when we totaled it up in March, it was like $1.1 million equally between all of them. So we're like, there's no way he can't pull from this and give us yes, and I do have receipts of all of it.
As time went on, things started to fall apart in a very clear way. When older investors began asking questions or requested their money back, Christian Gold would try to calm them down. He would tell them to be patient, promising that profits were on the way and that everything was part of a bigger plan. Many people trusted him and decided to wait longer. But when some investors pushed harder to get paid, he would use money from newer investors to pay them off. This created the illusion that the business was working. People who received those payments believed the system was real, and that encouraged them and others to invest even more money. This is a classic pattern often described as a Ponzi scheme, where money from new participants is used to pay earlier ones. It can look successful for a while, but it is not sustainable. Eventually, the system depends too heavily on new money coming in, and when that slows down, everything begins to collapse. That is exactly what reportedly happened here. Over time, Christian stopped responding altogether. He blocked people, ignored calls and messages, and completely cut off communication. Meanwhile, those who had trusted him were left confused and frustrated, watching from a distance as he appeared on Basketball Wives alongside Jennifer Williams, living a glamorous life. For many victims, it was painful to see their money gone while he continued to show off luxury online. Eventually, a group of investors decided to take legal action. They filed a lawsuit in Georgia, accusing him of fraud and claiming he had been running a scheme. The case was serious because it was filed under RICO laws, which can lead to stronger penalties. Despite this, Christian did not respond to the lawsuit. He did not show up in court, hire a lawyer, or defend himself in any way. Because of that, the court issued a default judgment against him. The amount he was ordered to pay ended up being $367,625, which is much higher than the original claims due to legal penalties. This is no longer just a rumor or accusation. It is an official court decision. Even after that, his response raised more questions. He later claimed that online harassment and fear had prevented him from dealing with the case, and he asked the court for another chance. However, he did not follow through with the steps required to reopen the case, and the judgment became final. After this ruling, Christian seemed to disappear completely. No one knows where he is, and he has not made any public statements. This has left Jennifer in a difficult position. She has continued to defend him online, sharing messages that try to show he had satisfied clients and posting positive quotes. However, many people are questioning how much she knew about the situation. There is also growing concern about who will actually pay the money. If Christian does not have the funds and remains out of reach, the responsibility could fall on Jennifer, at least indirectly. People are starting to look more closely at the relationship and wonder whether warning signs were ignored. At the same time, the victims are now legally allowed to try and recover their money. Whether they will succeed is still uncertain. If the funds are gone, they may never see their savings again. Meanwhile, Jennifer faces tough decisions about her future, her relationship, and how she wants to handle the situation moving forward.